Public notice about the intruders and the use of language. I did go back and I looked. Intruders was not used in the texting that went out to the campus. And I have copies of it, so because I think it's important that you see, if you didn't get one, you should have gotten one if you can see what the language was. But it does state unauthorized persons, okay? So it didn't use the word intruders, but it did use the language and was escorted out.
Did you change it? Is it being changed?
I'm sorry, it is not currently being changed because the university, they were unauthorized as far as entry into the, based on the policies of that building. You can disagree. I understand that. No, I understand. Okay, hold on, but I'm saying,
I want to hear.
That was beat up. Can you please help us get medical care?
Okay, wait.
You don't want to.
Does anyone want?
Take one. You can have the rest because this is.
Okay, thank you. The second piece is this, and I did ask in relation to your friends that you were concerned about. So there are two pieces of information, some of which you may already know, some you maybe not know. I did get confirmation that the two individuals, they did not ask for it last evening, but were complaining of pain, were taken to a hospital and evaluated before they went to jail. Okay, so I did get confirmation of that.
What about the other four? Do you know anything?
We're still asking for medical care right
now.
now.
So with the other individuals, what I've asked, so the police are contacting the jail and informing them of this concern, that you have a concern for you're hearing from your friends that they're needing some medical attention, and for them to go in and to do an assessment, okay, to assist them.
So you contacted them?
So that is happening within the next half an hour.
Who is doing the medical assessment?
So
the people that beat them up?
I cannot say who would be doing the medical assessment. We are asking for them to go and check on them based on the information that you have provided. So it's in the charges have already been gone through. It is in the DA's hands at this point in time. That is in the DA's hands at this time.
Can you officially request for the charges?
My understanding and what I have been instructed is that the charges have gone through. I am trying to speak, okay, and I understand. So the charges have gone through. At this point in time, it is now in the hands of the DA. Okay.
You can ask the university can ask the DA to drop the charges, and that would put pressure on them.
That is not my understanding, okay, based on what I've talked to them about.
So what do you think about that now that you've been informed of that?
In relation to which piece of
that? You've been informed that you requesting the charges to be dropped would provide additional pressure on the DA to maybe have these people released.
Well, my understanding, and I have talked with various people in the university about this, that is now in the DA's hands. Okay, that's, and for it to go through a process. I'm not going to make a statement because I don't have, I was not there, I cannot make a statement.
Would they like to see some footage?
I have seen whatever footage that people have been putting out, and so if you have additional footage, I'm happy to see it. If you can email it to me.
I think we're asking for your help because people are really hurt, and
you're asking me to review it. I said I'm happy to review it.
I think that people are asking for your help.
Okay. Are there
other from our experience, when there's pressure from institutions like SF State University of Administration, the DA will and can in the past drop the charges or reduce them or let them out on bail. But so your influence, you do have influence over that DA, so it's not completely out of the university's hands.
And that's not my understanding and what I was informed. I will share that information there.
Okay, thank you.
Once initial reports are filed, people who make the initial reports always have the ability to amend and file additional statements based on additional information and to provide more context for what's happening.
Okay. So I am happy to share that information. I will present that.
Thank you.
I will present that.
And if you need access to it, I can show you and provide you a link to it, email it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
So who's telling you that you can't do this?
I'm telling you, I'm giving it.
It doesn't really matter who's telling you you can't.
It's the upper administration. It's the upper administration.
Instructing you to do something? Who is that person who is instructing you to do this?
So I'm meeting with the upper administration about this.
Why are they not down here?
Because I am the person that works with the students. That is my role. That is my role. I am not a PR person. And so, and I am not the PR person for that.
That's
I
what you're
appreciate
doing
you
right
saying
now.
that.
You're selling us a pitch.
I'm not trying to sell you.
I'm
trying to.
that you're doing.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. Are there other questions?
No, thank you.
Or not? You can.
Thank you
That's
for.
fine as well.
Thank you for sending that request for our friends to get medical attention. We appreciate that. We hope that you will continue to be cooperative with us. We really appreciate your cooperation.
Okay, I appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah.
And I know there was questions. Is Tiffany around?
Tiffany's up there.
So Tiffany had questions in relation to conduct and so forth. I think that'd be more appropriate. I'd be happy to talk with her
Yeah.
and hear her concerns. I think that's more appropriate on a one-on-one or anyone that she would like to be there with
I
her.
would like to continue.
And so
the
I'm happy
dialogue.
to do that. And then you have my contact information. My email is joey@sfsu.edu. That is my email. No one else reads my email. I'm the only person that reads my email. So I'm just stating that if you feel comfortable about it, it goes to me. I read all my email. And so if you'd like to email me, that is fine as well. Particularly the students that are here, okay? Nothing against the non-students who are here, but particularly the students are here. That's who I work with and engage with. And so, so that please email me, okay? And then if you'd like to schedule another meeting
I would love to
time, then
continue
we
a
can.
dialogue maybe about what we talked about today.
Sure, and then we can follow up with that. I'm happy
Can
to
I
do
ask
that.
you a question, please? What
Sure.
is the difference between me being an unauthorized guest right now and the people that were here last night?
I'm not sure if I understand the question.
I'm asking, you labeled these people as unauthorized guests.
Right.
What is different between me and some of the other people here right now and them? Like,
Because this is a public space right now.
we were
The
inside
residence
as
hall
well.
is not a public space. That is where people live. That is a residential community, and then so it is a very different type of space.
So guests are not allowed there? Is this correct?
So guests can go there, but there are boundaries.
What was wrong with these
There are
guests?
boundaries.
What
were the
So
boundaries?
my understanding of the boundaries that are broken are various things. There were such as there were a number of you, far more than
I wasn't
what
here, I'm
I'm
sorry.
just stating. You, I'm using the kind
Luckily, I
of
would be heard.
overall kind of number. Okay, I didn't mean it directly at you. My apologies. I was using it in the group.
So there
was
was
a large number of people that were part of it, which is in violation of the policy. Okay. My understanding too is that the person who was your friend, who is Tiffany, I don't want to call her out, was not with everyone all the time. Okay. So we can't have guests even in the policy in a residential community that we don't know on the floor, on the premises, without the individual sponsoring.
Now, what
them.
about
How
the
is it
police
possible
guests
there's
that
multiple
actually
people?
came and
That
caused
is the
trouble?
challenge, right? But that's your responsibility. That's not. I mean, seriously.
So, but why am I different? Like, why is it that you guys chose to care
you were
now?
limited to the number of
But
people
why do you
were
care
supposed
now?
to have.
But
What do you mean
multiple
what I
people
care?
do this all the time. But why do you care now?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, what about this? Okay, I'm sure you understand that most of these students are away from their family and they're pretty lonely, and you guys allow guests in the dorms for people to have visitors and family members and friends to come and visit these people who live in your dorm, right? Who is to say what segregates trespassing and visitors? Like,
Not the San Francisco Police Department.
yeah, why would
How did they know anything
why would the
about that?
police department be
They didn't.
involved in, like, if the administration's part should be the administration's job to determine if you're a trespasser or a guest, you know what I mean? Not the police department to tell you
Especially
who's a
not the San
trespasser or the
Francisco
guest.
Police Department on these grounds.
And
And-
why will you accept
Wait
that
a minute,
behavior?
wait, I'm not done. How do you feel about the people who live in the dorm? How do you feel about them bringing in other guests, and those guests are not safe now? You know what I mean? How do you feel about your people living in these dorms not feeling safe to bring visitors because they feel the same treatment is going to be put onto those people?
And normally, only the RAs would handle the situation. There's never 30 police cars for anything that goes down. anything
My
like this.
understanding that the first arrest actually occurred outside, and that there was discussion between the police and individuals involved, which
San
included
Francisco
some of the
police.
people, and I don't know who those individuals. You know, I'm not privy. I don't have
Well, why
names
was
or
the officer
anything.
here?
And so I'm here.
No, the
officer
that was here. Why
San
was he
Francisco
there?
Police
And
Yeah.
Why were they
sorry.
there?
Well, because can I answer one
You guys-
question at a time? That would be helpful to me. It might be helpful to you as well to kind of understand what my answers are. Okay. So my understanding is that there was already something going on. Okay. My understanding it was a drunken public request and review. Okay. And so from there, individuals then, there was already some kind of discussions between the entity, you all, and the police. Okay? It was in progress. The police didn't just come in, they were there. Then they saw a group of students or non-students. That is my understanding.
It's not true.
I'm not going to address the number of police.
Well, I mean,
we
you're
do
not lying
backup.
to anyone.
We SFPD backs up UPD, and that is typical practice.
But why weren't they the one to originally be there?
You backed
The
up
San Francisco Police Department. Shouldn't
That was totally segregated. That was
sorry, I
a
don't-
totally separate issue.
so shouldn't
UPD.
That was on a public space, like where we are now. That's what happened on a public space.
And
The
my understanding, and I do not know this, but I can review this and get this information. Is that my guess is, this is just a guess, it was probably a UPD person working with the drunken public, and then from there, backup was requested.
Well,
So that's, but I don't know that. So that's not record, because I don't know that. That is just an assumption.
Well,
and so,
I think we should
can
start
review
moving
that.
some people. I don't think
The charges
there's
are so
people
trumped up,
around
though. The charges have nothing to do with being drunk in public or anything like that, from what we've known, from what we've collected.
Well, I believe there were additional charges based on what occurred last night, but I don't know for that individual if the only charge on that individual is drunk in public.
Excuse me, do you know the charges for any of the individuals who have been detained?
I don't have that information.
Okay, so
on
they
that right
include resisting arrest, assault on a peace officer, conspiracy to commit a riot, lynching,
and trespassing.
They include obstruction, conspiracy, lynching, trespassing, and conspiracy to commit a riot, which include 2 felonies, which does not sound like something that the crime does not constitute the punishment. All they did were visiting friends. Why would you give them lynching, conspiracy, and
Trespassing.
I mean, like you get
They got beat up. They got beat up, like single individuals, men and women and girls and boys got beat up by big men, including a thin little girl that doesn't fucking talk. And if you say that this place backs the SFPD, please do your research, because you're saying you're backing up abuse.
You're supporting murderers. You're supporting people who hurt people. Do you understand that?
I don't think
This is what your administration is
the best way to communicate with people.
I guess people would just like you to care a little bit about the people that were hurt and maybe show some support, because those people did not need to be hurt the way that they were. If things needed to be addressed, we could have done it not ignorantly but intelligently and communicate as we are. Because if I step down right now and I start to treat you the way that they treated my friends, if I actually meant it like them, you would be afraid. You would feel threatened. And I think you should at least have the goodness of being a person to be able to do what you can, because you are a part of it now. And I think people have asked for your help.
You're taking the position of defending the police right now. You're defending the administration, the police, and you're involving the whole administration and putting all these lies and misinformation and supporting this all these trumped up charges against our friends, covering up the police brutality. So you're putting yourself aligned with them, and
You do have a voice, and you can make a statement stating that they weren't trespassing. They're guests.
Can you
Help him get medical care right now.
This person's been waiting for a little while, so if you can.
Because you don't want to answer that question,
I just think everything you said still doesn't explain why there was an undercover cop on Holloway the whole day.
Yes.
You have the footage of him on
with the
video
necklace
hitting
badge.
the kid.
And when asked,
And everything you've stated does not
Well, if he
explain
had the necklace
why
badge.
this is.
What do you mean necklace
he was hanging.
badge?
Yeah,
He
had a
was
badge.
in casual
Police
clothing.
officer badge.
so he was
But
hanging,
then-
he was in plain
but
clothes,
he was
hanging out there all
identified.
day. He was hanging out there all day.
Plainclothes,
But
but
identified.
That's how
They'd been there for hours.
Plain clothes cop.
Okay.
But
I
his
can
whole
ask.
defense does not explain that
I
at
can
all.
ask that.
There was much more involved, obviously, if somebody was there the entire day. And the fact that all this violence ensued right after, it's a much bigger thing.
It was planned.
Also,
I just want to say the only way the administration is going to respond in a way that we want them to is if we put real pressure on them and real direct action, which is more what marches, information, put out comments and put them on blast. Put the pressure on these people right now that are doing that. Right now they are aligning themselves
accountable.
with hold these people accountable. They're aligning themselves with the brutality, with the police. They're identifying them, and they're not doing their job in protecting the students and the rights of the students to have guests. So we need to put the pressure on these individuals that are doing it, him, the administration, and as well as the SFPD. And that's how you're going to get a response from these people. They're not going to care unless you generate political energy and pressure. You can't just sit there and plead with these people. They're only going to respond to direct action, marches, making noise about this, getting blogs out there, putting more videos out there, and putting them on blast, putting their names out there. These are the people that are defending the police. These are the people that are helping our friends get not receive medical treatment, getting trumped up felony charges. That's what we need to do.
What about the restatement that we had talked about? There was 2 things.
Wait, if you really are concerned about the students, taking it from a student perspective right now, I don't feel safe being here, and I'm supposed to transfer in next semester. How am I going to feel when I'm actually going to be here full time with a campus that's now like a police state? That does not make me feel comfortable at all, knowing that my friends got beat by the cops and now I'm going to attend this school full time. That scares me a lot.
If you have visitors, they might be subject to beating, just like their visitors.
Exactly. Those cops, those undercovers, they know who I am too. What happens when I'm walking from class? I'm going to get tackled because of who I am, because who I associate myself with. That's not comfortable.
That's not America.
That's not school. That's not education. This is like another institution, and that's why I didn't want to go to college originally. I was trying to break free from that and educate myself, but I'm just instituting myself again, and that screws up my head a lot. That's not me being free at all. That's not me growing up. That's me putting myself in the same position that almost every American is right now.
Slavery.
And meanwhile, we do have people who are injured that shouldn't be, that you could help us get medical care for us. We're talking about everything else. People really are hurt right now.
We are looking into that, okay? We are calling to inform them and to ask for them to be evaluated.
All right, second thing though. Real quick.
So what is the follow-up?
I am doing that. We are doing that, okay? I want to
So
be
who is evaluating them then?
I do not have that information. I'm not there. Okay?
So I don't mind asking you these questions. I do need some information. And what do you know about this? What do you know about how well these people are going to be? How soon? Do you know if anyone has any concussions?
See, this is a problem. The management.
No. Please let him answer. Do you know if anyone, first of all, is permanently injured or has any concussions?
I have told you within the next half an hour, we are making the call and telling them the concerns and asking them if they would evaluate.
We just need to know what condition they're in. If they are,
I don't have that information.
Because these people were hurt on your campus.
As he looks away from you, I noticed that too. That's not good communication.
I am trying. There is a very large group here.
I understand. No one else was talking. It's okay. That's petty. Can you please help us get our friends some medical attention with your authority? Are you working on this right now still?
Yes, we're exactly what we stated.
Okay, so how long is it going to take for you to go in there and do what you need to do and come back out and report? It can be 20 minutes, 15. We want to know if they're okay. We would like them to get medical care. I'm not even talking about anything else. We can save that for another day.
We don't just want medical care.
In the meantime, I want them to have medical care.
We at least want the charges.
You could get both demands at the same time.
Very well. Can we take care of the immediate need first of these people?
You demand them both.
They are. I know. They don't need to be in jail either.
I will ask if we can get a report following them checking in on them. Okay? So I can request that.
All right, real quick though, since we've got that kind of settled, there was 2 things that we're talking about. Apparently you already talked about the first one that I'll bring up, and that is